It's Vanna from Nebraska talking, and hope you guys are having a good night. I don't know why I always tend to do podcasts at night. Maybe it's the best time for me. I don't know. I'm out here sitting in the rain, but it's light rain, so it's not heavy rain. It's just drizzling, sprinkling. So today I just wanted to talk about things that traumatize me. I don't know if you guys are going to relate or not. Hopefully you can. If you don't, just hopefully you listen. So first I want to start off is one thing that traumatized me forever, maybe a long time, is girl groups or girl group chats. I started off in this girl group chat in September. And don't get me wrong, I've been in one consistent group chat. No, it was two consistent group chats. One was for Forex. I left that one. Another one was, it was an open group chat. And when I mean open, I mean an open group chat. And yeah, I had another one when it was for school. And, I've been in this girl group chat since September. I was one of the OGs, one of the original members of the group. And it recently all came tumbling down in April. And that was my last time in a girl group chat. And when I say this, it's because a lot of girls have hidden animosity towards other girls and feel a certain way about people, but won't ever address it. That's what I mean. Like I try to be ladylike and try to be nice and state my feelings and state how I feel, but I got dragged for it. I got called weird. I got called an unnecessary contact and fake and all this other stuff, And I was just like, a lot of these girl chats are toxic. You have people who secretly don't like you, have animosity towards you, who take screenshots of you or take screenshots of what you say or do. And you don't know what they do with them pictures at all. They could be talking about you, And me, I don't roll like that. I don't talk about anybody. Let's talk about me. But for the most part, I don't even do that. I don't like confrontation. I don't like to argue a lot. If I do argue, I'm not going to yell. And I'm not going to continue to explain myself. I explain myself once or twice. And if you don't listen, I'm going to stop explaining myself because I tried and you don't listen. So I'm not going to explain myself again. If y'all just going to continue to curse somebody out and drag them and harass them, at this point it's high school behavior and it's not even worth it anymore. Just let it go. And sometimes you can be in group chats with these people going hard for them and they won't go hard for you. You can support other people and they won't support you, And I've noticed that over time when I was in these girl group chats. It was supposed to be for uplifting, building friendships, supporting people. It was supposed to be those type of group chats. And it'll turn around and be the complete opposite. And me, I'm all about the good energy. And it just never reciprocates back to me. And, And I'm also all about forgiving people and letting go. For the past couple months, I've had way too much stuff going on, so I just stopped having the time to grudge. I just forgave people and just let it go. And I forgave a lot of people and I don't talk to them for real like that. Because, it's really, to me, there's no point sometimes. If you forgive somebody and just lose contact or just stop talking, then it is what it is, And that's what it is. And me, when I did that, I then got dragged again and got harassed to the point where I had to change my number. And me, when I was telling my therapist this, I was telling her the whole story. I told her what I did and I told her what other people did. And me realizing was, I don't think I was in the wrong. I was honest. I was even honest with the girl I decided to forgive. Told her everything I did. I did not tell her anything no one else did or said about her. I told her what I did. And I think I was a bigger person because there's nothing wrong with forgiving certain people. And there's just nothing wrong. And besides, the girl decided to make up with me. So I'm just like, okay, that's cool. I respect this. So why not? So why not? So I didn't think that was a problem. And I just learned that a lot of these girls that you stick up for or you think you're cool with or you support, they don't do the same thing for you. It can be animosity or just jealousy or just people just disliking you over time. Because the point of the group chats They were for supporting friendships, women empowerment. They were for encouraging girls. They were for, regular conversations. It was a girl talk group. That was the whole point. And now all of a sudden it just became weird. All of a sudden it's like there's no connection. All of a sudden there's no connection. There was never a real connection. And it's like, so we're talking to each other for months, getting to know bits and pieces about each other, and now it's like there's no connection and just stuff like that. And so yeah. And what traumatized me the most about the girl groups is that being honest and speaking up for yourself, they take it as a sign of weakness, I think, maybe. So that's why I don't do a lot of these group chats anymore, because you're automatically assumed for being weird, for being honest and being truthful and stuff like that. And they throw a lot of shade, and it's fake support. So I don't do the girl group chats anymore. Another thing that traumatized me is relationships, because a lot of these men will really act like Prince Charming to get what they want. And when they do that, they are high-key taking advantage of us, because you mean to tell me you have to act like this nice guy to get what you want. My thing is, men should find a woman that is on the same type of timing they are. Meaning, if you're just down to mess around and stuff like that, you find a girl who is willing to be down to mess with you in that way. You don't go and take advantage of girls who are looking to date and be in a committed relationship just to break their heart in the end, or go back to another girl in the end. To me, that is wrong. It's disrespectful. It's a waste of your time too, and it's taking advantage of people. I don't think guys realize how much that hurts, and I've noticed that a lot of girls are taking on the guy role now. A lot of girls are standing up for themselves. A lot of girls are being more aware of these guys' antics, so they're catching on. They're knowing their worth now. They're not wasting their time. Nothing. A lot of these girls have figured out the game. And these men don't like it now. Because me, right now I'm not interested in nobody. I'm numb to everything. I'm not interested in men or a woman. Nothing. Because for the most part, a lot of these men are liars. And I said a lot of these men, not all men, but a lot of these men are liars. And they're not truthful to nothing. And I don't know. I just can't believe nothing a man says right now, because I don't know if it's true or not, So it does traumatize me in some way. I don't like when men text me. I mean, if we're cool and we're friends, cool. But if it's a random dude who I haven't talked to in months, or just haven't talked to at all like that, or if it's a new guy, I'm going to get irritated, because I don't know what you want. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know if you want to be an actual friend, or if you're just trying to use me. If you're just trying to get me comfortable to, use me. And lately, I've been brushing off a lot of dudes. I've been telling people what I'm not going to allow. And I've been telling dudes, if you want to see me, if you want to see me, you are going to plan a date. Whether you pick me up or I meet you somewhere in a public place. And dudes take that, I don't know. Dudes don't like that. And me personally, I honestly don't care, because it's about morals and respect. If you want to see someone, I'm not accepting no one to pull up in front of my house no more. I'm not sitting in the car and just chilling. I'm not going to nobody's house, because all of those leads to nothing but sexual interactions. Literally. And I know sometimes it may be just a couple conversations, but something sexual is bound to be brung up in those situations. So that's why I don't go to no man's house anymore, and I don't sit in the car with him anymore. We're going to go out and we're going to have a nice casual time, or a nice fun time, meaning go to an arcade or a picnic or something, something like that, or out to eat, something that's date worthy. Now, I used to accept going to the movies as a date, but now I don't, because I've been on way too many movie dates, and it's getting old. And plus, I watch a bunch of movies at home. So, for me, I'm not counting the movies as a date anymore because I've been on way too many of those. If we're going on a movie date, I have to be with you to go on a movie date. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going on a movie date with no one when I first meet them anymore. So that's a no-go. So, yeah, so relationships are just a traumatizer for me. Nothing seems real anymore. People are getting divorced after being together for a long time and they're still young. People are breaking up after being in a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, for such a long time nowadays. Nothing seems to last like it would back in the days, you know? And granted, nothing was perfect back in the days, but a lot of shit lasted back in the day. Whereas today, you're married for like 3 to 5 years, or you're in a relationship for like 3 to 5 years, or even a year, and break up, you know? And to me, that's a sign of this generation is breaking down. It's breaking down because I think a lot of men want validation from a lot of men, from other men. Like, why do you want validation from other men? Why can't you just seek validation from yourself? I don't get it. Why are y'all treating these women wrong to impress other men? Right there, to me, that just means you're miserable and you're bitter and you're projecting your insecurities on other people. Why are you getting mad that a man is simping over his wife or girlfriend? Like, you're just miserable and bitter at this point. Something has to be going on with you in the inside for you to feel like that. And I just hate that a lot of these men seek validation from other men rather than just being themselves. It's a waste of time, and it's just, I don't know. Something about it just never sat right with me. There's nothing wrong with being yourself, and there's nothing wrong with loving a woman. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself and loving yourself. It really isn't. So yeah, relationships just traumatize me all together. So another thing that traumatized me is dating. Also, I know I just got through talking a little bit about dating, but dating has been another trigger because when you date someone, you're dating for like 3 months and you're still confused on if the guy likes you or not. For me, like, the last person I was really dating for like a couple months was this dude I went to school with and went to college with. And no, I thought we liked each other. I said it, he said it, but he disappeared, you know? And he's not the first person to disappear. He's not. He's not the first person to disappear. And to me, it hurt my feelings because for us to be dating for a couple months, 2 to 3 months, my feelings would get involved in it, and I would be like, okay, this is probably going somewhere. The dude seems to take me on a date, and he plans the dates and stuff like that, so maybe he's interested. He won't see me all the time. Maybe he's interested, but I learned that a guy will be consistent with a girl he actually likes. So I've just accepted my fate that I'm not the girl for the men that I've been dating or I've been with. So I know it's a hard pill to swallow. It hurts my feelings sometimes when I be thinking about it, but I really have to sit down and just think about it. Like, these men do not like me like that. I'm just not the one they want to treat right. And a lot of men have said it themselves. They're going to be loyal to a person they actually like or love. And I just learned to accept it. I respect it. Okay, just don't waste my time for 3 months and then leave without a trace or without a word, without an apology, nothing. I don't like that. And it brings me back to being traumatized by relationships. A lot of relationships I was in, the men would not pay attention to me, and if they were, they weren't doing enough, you know? They would never post me or make it known that I was with them. They would never introduce me to their friends or their parents, but they would treat the next girl totally different. They would show them off, post her all the time. They would introduce them to their friends and their parents and stuff like that. They would take them out on dates and see them all the time. I never got that same energy. I never did, you know? And I think I did a couple times, but it wasn't nothing special. It's like we would just sit, not really go on no real dates or nothing like that. I just felt like I wasn't getting treated right how I wanted to be treated as the other girls. And it would make me bitter. It would. I would be sad. I would be unhappy with myself. I would just be bitter because I didn't get that same treatment that his next girl did. And I will always be someone's placeholder. I was in that position last year. And, I knew it wasn't going to last because, like, he was going to go back to the other girl eventually. Like, I just learned to accept it. I was just being real. And he knew he was going back to her too. And it hurt my feelings because I thought we would, rekindle again and get back together. But it just never happened. He just disappeared and would come back. And, I don't hate the dude, nothing. I don't. We still communicate here and there. I don't hate him. I just learned to forgive and forget. And he's apologized. If anything, it's like he was really one of the only dudes to consistently apologize to me for his actions. So I don't hate him. I just wish he made better decisions. And I wish I made better decisions. I wish I just would never fell for it. So, like dating and stuff. I don't want to be, there shouldn't be no time stamp on dating, but I've learned a lot from a lot of these guys, and they will always say it shouldn't take no more than maybe 2, 3, or 4 months to know if they're like a girl or not. And I kind of believe it, because why am I talking to these dudes for months and months and nothing has came about it? And I wasted, I think, most of my high school liking this one guy, and we never got together since. And I'm just gonna admit it, like, I kind of got tired. I kind of felt like he wasn't feeling me no more as that. So I went out and found other dudes to talk to. And of course he found out and he was upset, but I'm just like, later on he admitted that he had girlfriends while we were talking and stuff like that. So I'm just like, you got mad at me for seeking other stuff outside of us talking our situationship, but you had multiple girlfriends. Make it make sense. And guys don't like when girls do what they do. They don't like when girls get their lick back. So the way he was upset, it told me a lot. But I wasted a lot of my high school time and a lot of my high school years liking only one guy. Now, yeah, I liked a few other dudes here and there, but a lot of the dudes I would like, nothing was ever serious. But he was the main one I liked all the way until I was a freshman in college. I liked this dude since early sophomore year, and all the way up until I was a freshman in college, my first year in college, I had to lose feelings for him because he eventually went on to get a girlfriend. And I'm not mad, I'm not mad. I'm over it now. I hope he's doing really well. I hope he's doing okay. Like I said, I learned to forgive and forget and let go. I just let go. But, and I've been trying to change and fit a lot of these dude standards. Like, maybe, okay, if I just present myself well, if I maybe just dress up a little bit, take care of myself more, maybe I will stand out to them. A lot of guys like my confidence, like my vibe, and that's anybody. Anybody will say that about me. But even when I tried to do that, it wouldn't be enough for them. I don't know what would be the wrong thing. I started to think, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe they just don't like me. Maybe they're just using me. Maybe they're just getting what they can out of me. Maybe they're just doing whatever to fulfill their needs or something. And I just came to the conclusion that a lot of these guys are just never satisfied, and I just have to accept the fact that I'm just not the dudes that guys want to commit to. I'm just not the girl that guys want to commit to. So it does hurt. It hurts a lot, but you can't change how someone sees people. You can't change how someone thinks all the time. Just gotta let it go. So I had no choice but to do that. Had no choice but to accept the fate. I'm dealing with more insecurity issues more than ever. So, sometimes when I do say this stuff, I don't think it's my insecurities taking over. I think I just really came to a realization and a conclusion that guys are just different. Like, I'm just not the one that they want to do right by. It's not my insecurities or nothing. It's just that I'm just simply not the one that guys want to talk to. And that a lot of dudes just sometimes want to talk to me because I'm a busty woman. I have a big chest area, you know. Sometimes dudes just want to talk to me because of my chest area. Recently, a dude wanted my number, but he said he liked big girls. But later that night on the phone, he later tried to sneak past me and say he liked women with big chest area. I'm just like, he said he liked big women. So, and that just, it said a lot. And me, I'm not the thickest girl. I mean, I have really thick thighs. I have a big chest area. I have a nice face and everything. But I don't have a lot of hips. I mean, I have a little bit of curves, but I don't have a lot of hips. And I don't have a lot of butt. I don't. I'm not the thickest person in the world. I don't. So, and plus, I recently cut my hair because I had a huge mental breakdown and panic attack. So, I'm just like, maybe that's why guys don't like me. I changed my appearance. You know, I don't have a lot of hair anymore. And I'm not thick. So, maybe that's why guys don't like me. Maybe. And I know there's guys out there that likes big girls. I know, but it's just hard to find them dudes out here. You know, it's hard. And it's hard being a plus size woman because sometimes a lot of dudes will just only like you because you have a certain body part that's more appealing. And it's really sad because, like, when I do lose the weight and when I do get a reduction, what are they going to think of me? What are they going to think of me now? And it just hurts to think about, but it's just, that's all I can think about. I just want a person to like me for me. I don't want no one to do any sneaky stuff. Like, I had this one dude I was with, and I didn't like the fact that he kept on posting naked girls. Like, he just kept on reposting these girls with their boobs out, and they had way bigger chest area than me. And I'm just like, why are you doing that? And I couldn't bring myself to say anything because, like, I don't know, it's Twitter. We all know how Twitter is. So I think I got my lick back. I think I was hanging out with my military friend before he went to Japan for a job. He recently graduated or something like that. He recently graduated and stuff. And he was going to Japan, and I was hanging out with him and stuff. And I posted a picture of us, and I put it as my profile picture on Twitter of us holding hands. And me, I am petty sometimes. If you do something I don't like, sometimes, once in a while, I will do something that you don't like. He didn't like it when I did that, and I didn't like when he posted them naked girls. So, yeah, I just flat out told him. But the relationship was dual anyway. It was boring. We never really did nothing exciting. So, I didn't see nothing with him. I think I was with him because he was a really nice person. He was really sweet and respectful. But I just didn't see nothing going on. Because, like, for you to just repost and constantly repost naked women when you have a girlfriend, that was kind of disrespectful to me. It was disrespectful. So I just did not like that. And the relationship was boring. I like to do fun stuff. I like to be treated like a girlfriend. I like to go out on dates. I like to chill. I like to just do fun stuff. I don't like doing the same old boring things. Me doing the same stuff, it becomes boring. And all we ever did was really go to the movies. Like, I wanted to do more than that. But it just never came about. So, yeah. So my insecurities are a bit messed up from everything. From the relationships to the girl groups, you know, from dating. Those are the three things that traumatize me. I think it's a bit more. But, you know, at the end of the day, people are going to say what they want to say. People are going to like who they like. And people are going to do what they want to do. And we can't really change a lot of these stuff all the time. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about grown adults here. They can do what they please. So there's really no point. You know, there's just no point in nothing. And hopefully one day someone will eventually like me for me. I know people like pretty faces and pretty people, but you also have to like them for who they are on the inside rather than the outside a lot of the times. Like, sure, I caught your attention because I'm cute to you, but there's other things to me than just a pretty and attractive face, you know? And I'm pretty sure it's for a lot of people. So it's just that dating and relationships are ruined for me. And girl groups also. Like, when I just got harassed like that, it made me feel insecure with the things I say. It's like, anytime I say something or be honest with somebody or confront them, no matter what way it is, I'm always getting backlash for it. Like, every time. And that's why every time on social media when I say what I say, I don't think if it's the right audience. Like, the amount of people I had unfollow me within the last 5 months, it was crazy. It was like 30 people, I think. Whether they watch me all the time or not. Someone recently unfollowed me. And I unfollowed them because I'm not about to follow you while you unfollow me. And he was in my close friends list, which really made me feel salty. But, you know, I mean, I am the type of person to be honest and just speak my mind all the time. And I can be annoying because sometimes when I think about stuff, I just jot it down or rant about it or just talk about it. And I end up deleting it soon afterwards because it may not hit the same for other people, or people just don't like what I post. So I try to stuff on social media, but sometimes it is addicting, or I just got to talk about it. But I'm controlling that now. I'm trying to control it. Trying to control not being on there as much. Because it is addictive, you know. So it's like, I feel like whenever I say something, it's bad. When in our reality, it's not supposed to be bad. It's not supposed to be in that way, you know. I'm not being rude or nasty. I'm just stating my opinion or stating the facts about it. So, yeah. This is the most talking I've did. Most talking I've did without really pausing. I think my mind just kind of goes, you know, when I think about stuff and I get in the mood and I get in the trance and I just start talking about it. I think that I'm just speaking from the heart and speaking from the mind, because there is a lot of stuff that I feel that needed to be said or needed to get off my chest about it. And I think that's for everybody. I think that's for a lot of people. I think everyone needs to be heard. I think everyone has a voice. And I think everyone has the right to say what they want to say. You know? But this is it for this episode. So I hope you guys can relate to some of the things I said. And I hope you guys do like this episode, or just like the podcast and the channel overall. If you did, you can subscribe or like. I'm not going to force you to, but you can if you want. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and I will see you next time. I'll freak you like no one has ever made you feel, yeah. I'll freak you right, I will. I'll freak you right, I will. I'll freak you